Pisces, how you doing? So we're here to do your 1st until your 15th. I am a little bit behind time, so I'm hoping these are going to be out, but it's generally from the 1st until the 15th of February. How you doing, Pisces? Please also that there will be some things that change, so if you hit the bell icon, that's really going to help out as well with the like, but also when we do the water signs, earth signs, air signs, all that kind of thing, I will be doing thoughts and feelings of each sign. So it will be a general collective of each element, but then through those elements I will separate them down to each sign to do thoughts and feelings. Okay, so stay tuned for those, because it might not come up as your sign. If you don't hit the bell icon, you probably won't get notified. Okay, so at the moment we're going to look into the moment before, okay, just to get used to these cards again. And then we'll look into the moment after from your 1st until the 15th of February. But show me Pisces. Pisces. So there you are, Pisces. Deep in love. This is all the whale. The whale. Welling. Someone's welling up or swelling. Some kind of swelling or welling. Someone's or a will. Something to do with the family as well. Possible will within the family. But this is someone that's that they told you, or you told them, or you told each other that you love each other deeply, but there's a lot of emotions that are being discovered or was by you and your relationship partner. Okay, if you don't have one, then this is just going to relate to what's going on within the family. Okay, so show me the moment before with Pisces. I haven't seen the Queen of Cups. Okay, so there's family secrets of stuff that people don't want to talk. This is a turning of backs of the communication is now and again, but it's not always. You might have landed a new job and your boss could also be a Libra and you're not sure what your next path is to do with work. You might have realized that, okay, I've landed this deal, okay, and that I have to make time for family, but there's so much going on around my life that I don't have time for family, so I can't give all of my divine time, but divided attention to my love life because I'm very busy at work as well. Okay, if that relates to family, that there you probably got a contract, but some of this is court appearance that you might have to, or did go to for some of you. Okay, sorry, but I actually got a paper cut on my finger just a moment ago, and that they really, they really. But back to the reading. Okay, so there's a lot to do with court. There's a lot to do with businesses. Okay, I think that you probably did land a deal at business, but you're probably trying to divide your time between the family, your work, and that there was some kind of because there's some kind of we can't tell the family something. There's something in the family that our people are not always communicating the way that someone wants them to. Okay. But this can be, people would say family secrets, but who has a family secret? If you have one, then that's a family secret. But that's generally trying to keep things from people, of keeping it under wraps. Okay, something to do with keeping it under wraps. Let's see what else happened with Pisces. Show me the moment before with Pisces. I think that there are some families out there that are suffering through the communicating well. You know, put it that way, that not everybody's communicating. If we look at the High Priestesses of a contract that you just signed, okay, within time you realise that your love life is very present there, that you've got your love life. But I think that a lot of your time was focused on this here, okay, which is that I can't always focus just on love. Love is just a feeling, but work is also there. So there was a lot to do with trying to reveal, that someone wanted you to reveal your emotions more. But I think that you were more focused on your work and family stuff that was going on, and that there was a whole lot, and that's what caused this High Priestess. Okay, if not, this is a lot to do with courts situations. A lot of music as well, a lot of music. Okay, so something ended there. Someone realised that they can't give their full amount of attention to a family member, and that they are divided between their work and their love life, and there's a division of assets as well, maybe, which is the High Priestess, that it has to go to a higher court or a decision that comes from the Libra. It feels like the decision Libra, or the decision of whoever it comes down to, is, or was. I don't think it was a complete ending. So you got Leo. So someone's searching for a Leo, was searching for a Leo, meaning that we're talking about family members and we're talking about this business quite a lot. okay? And it's more like, well, what are we going to do to compromise? Because we have family there that we don't always talk to, okay? Because it feels like the partner was focused on you, like determined. This is determined. I'm picking up also determined. I hope it wasn't a termination that I'm picking up. I don't know. But determined, like I'm determined and I'm determined and I'm determined to make this happen. That I'm loyal for you in your love life, but also that you need to, because it feels like someone doesn't speak quite a lot, you know, put it that way. That someone wants you to speak, but when you want to speak, they want you to speak on their terms and your terms. It's kind of like, it feels like that I've got a lot to say, okay, but it feels like I can't always give you this amount of attention. I have to focus on my court situation, or I have to focus on my job and my career. And there was some kind of like energy of things separating a little. Okay, so 7. So there was some kind of like, this is worshipping someone, praying that this would still happen. So you got 8 and 7, and it feels like someone was like praying for, like a praying mantis. This is sorry, but it feels like a praying mantis. Okay, and I picked that up in another reading of Manny Vasquez, to do with Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas, right? Manny. But nanny, so I'm picking up a nanny as well. I think I picked up that through someone of like nannying or needing some kind of like really requiring some kind of attention. But I think that it's like, listen, we're gonna have to because it feels like someone was pulling their weight, but someone was trying to compromise to pull their weight in a relationship. Okay, that there was things that could have been spoken about of, I've got a lot on, and I've got so much to do that's going on with my family, and I've got so much that's going on with my career that I can't give you my full divided attention. And that through the 7, I think that there's a healthy relationship there, but it can be unhealthy at times, because it can feel like, listen, we just need to have a discussion about where are you going to like hopefully start to pull your weight. You know, this is what you could have been saying to them. Okay. So, this is flat out, sorry, flat out. I did hear flat out lying or something, lying, flat out lying, sorry. But flat out meaning I am absolutely exhausted. At the end of the day, I'm flat out exhausted. So I think that you were just exhausted by the amount of effort that it's taking for this new contract of work. Okay, more than likely with a Libra or working for the Libra or working for the High Priestess, and because of that it feels like, okay, well, I'm just flat out and I'm exhausted and I've got a lot to do and I'm determined to make it, but there are certain dreams and stuff that I want to do, so I'm willing to work on the relationship and help build it with you. But some of this is renovation of building, moving things around the home. You've got 2 8s, okay, 8 and 8, which are downloads of information that are coming to you that's making someone overanalyze situations, because there are certain amounts of static that's being listened to that can be through exhaustion. You've got 9 and 1, which is 10, meaning that it happened, it's just an ongoing cycle that seems to on-go. It's like go, slow, and then come back. It feels like it's going slow, but there's progression. Okay? There is karma that you're working through. This is studying as well, a lot of studying something. Money, like staring at money quite a lot and looking at your bank account quite a lot and seeing how much savings that you have, okay, or had, and that the relationship is there, but the work life is there. And it's taking a lot to rebuild oneself as well. Keep trying to rebuild and rebuild. Okay, because this is like extension. I don't know why I'm picking up like an extension. Like I need an extension on my loan. I just heard like an extension on my loan. I don't know why I'm hearing that one, but can I have an extension on my loan? But for some of you, that's like, I'll do this alone. I can do this alone. I'll go it alone. Okay, but that might not be within the relationship. That just could be, I'll do this alone. Like you work alone, or you want to work alone, or sometimes you feel like you want to be alone. Okay, some of you are seeking for a physical loan. Okay, a loan from a bank and trying to seek out a loan and asking for an extension on your loan. Some of this is to do with like building an extension on the house, or an extension is coming across as an extended job, meaning I'm extending myself out on my reach, and I'm outreach. I keep picking up outreach, an outreach worker, which is a support worker, okay, in some field, but extend my reach, meaning I'm extending my limit and I have to now start to save my money. But I'm accumulating it somehow. Something seems to be accumulating. I think it's still parts of the relationships there. I think this 8 is coming across as outreach, meaning that there's a... Because they keep saying something about an extension being built on the house. Because I don't know why, but I'm looking at this, is like, that's the house. This is the side of the house. Okay, and someone's like potting plants or going outside a lot and doing things outside, but also to the house, meaning renovating the garden and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but so I'm picking up through that it's something to do with an extension on the house, where you might be looking at another room to renovate the room, to build more things around the house, or to make more room for the relationship. You're looking at organising things around the house to make more space. It feels a bit like broody, of someone that you've got with you, or you know that they're on their way and that you need to extend the house in order for them to start to arrive. Okay, so through what happened before, it feels like space was more like, we just need some space to either make it around the home, or just to make it where we're going to have to compromise with this relationship, and you've got to realise that I have a lot of overheads. This is a lot of overheads that I'm looking at now. A lot of overheads and a lot of deadlines that I have to continue to work on, and that I don't have the full amount of time for the relationship. So there was more than likely a discussion that the overheads of work became more exhausting, where you were just flat out and realised at the end of the day that I'm extremely exhausted. And for me to keep going and keep going, I've got work, I've got projects, and I've also got overheads, and I've got the relationship, and I am extremely exhausted. Okay, a lot of you have possibly left a job, or leaving it out, or leaving a family member. Okay, and it feels like, well, I'm leaving and I'm going towards a jet plane, which is, I'm going towards Leo. Okay, I'm leaving here and then I'm going to the Leo. So some of you, you work here. Okay, this is your work. You either work from home or you work for the High Priestess. And you work, and then when you finish work, you go to pick up a Leo. Okay, you go towards them. Okay, and then when you go towards them, there's some kind of like praying that it doesn't happen again. But I don't think that. I just think that it's more to do with like health, which is at the end of the day, by the time I leave work and then I go and pick up this Leo energy here, that I'm exhausted as well, and that I also have overheads and things. So how are we going to build on the relationship to make it what it is? So we're going to have to learn to compromise, and then also we're going to need some space. So that either means that you're in the relationship, but you're just needing some more space around the house to make that person feel more comfortable to compromise with, okay? Which is also your overheads of work. So that may have caused some kind of dilemma of just being exhausted, okay? Okay, so if that one we finally got there, it's the first reading I've done, 14:14 on the clock. It's the first reading I've done for a few days, okay? So please give me a moment, but we'll now look into the moment after, which is for the 1st until the 15th of February for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and then we'll compare these two. But please make sure that you do hit the like and the bell button for what else I've got coming up, hopefully, because my time is divided, believe it or not. I'm also hearing divided, like there's a division, Okay, there is a division between assets and money, and we're going to have to divide this, and we're going to have to divide our time too. Some of you, this is assets and money that you're dividing things, dividing the division bell, but the kind of like turning of backs, like, well, we live together, but we're also trying to avoid, here we're trying to avoid this high priestess. Let me just find out for you guys quickly what that high priestess it was. The high priestess. Show me what that high priestess was. Yeah, a move, a physical move, meaning that all work and everything in the family and all that is also still like a burden for someone to keep carrying. It doesn't mean a burden. It just means like it's just a lot of work. I've got so much work on that I am like under, like, I just heard under arrest for some people. Like, I don't know, that's if you're going to court. I feel like I'm under arrest. But under deadlines of that, it's just a lot for you to do, that you can't, that you know your way out, but you just can't see your way out of it at the moment. You couldn't. This is all the before. But that would also physically be preparing yourself for physical travel, and like traveling. As I'm saying, you could pick this person up and go and meet them, but when you do, you realise that you've got so much on that. But that can also be someone that's about to arrive or was arriving in the family. 5. It's a lot to do with family members. It's a lot to do with work, and that I've got so much on at work. This doesn't mean that you don't have any money. It can, if this is child maintenance and child support, and that you're trying to gain your finances more. Who knows who anyone's got, okay? But it's a lot to do with the family, and like not speaking with family that are not speaking all the time. That it's like I need to avoid, but I need to also isolate, but I can't give you my full amount of attention. Okay, that's in the family more than likely. I do apologise if these come across as personal messages, but these are life messages too, guys. Okay, so please keep an open mind. But it is also still to do with like overheads of work and having to do that, but also be a mum or be a father or be single and independent, or work independently, and it was still to do with that same kind of story. Okay, but that would also be work that's becoming more of a like, I'm going to have to leave something behind because I'm doing everything, so I can do it all, but I've also got to think of the family. Okay, so let's look for Pisces from the 1st until the 15th. From the 1st until the 15th of February. Pisces, Sun, rising in Venus. From the 1st until the 15th. Pisces, Sun, rising in Venus. From the 1st until the 15th of February. Okay, so there you go. So children are definitely there. There's a discussion. Okay, this is analysing a situation that can lead to fear. Okay, meaning that you could be involved with a younger person. Okay, now you might also work for children. Okay, and you could have outreach where you work for kids. Okay, but this is also being a mum and also working for your children and the relationship. This would be you more than likely here, and it's below the Page of Swords, which is to do with like, well, I need to find, someone might be trying to ask for reconciliation within the family and talking, and I want to talk, but the High Priestess is saying, I don't want to talk. You know, I don't want to give you all that information. This person's constantly seeking for information about someone's relationship or about their family, and they constantly want to reconcile. This could be your love life too, Pisces. You have to take it as it is, okay? But I think through these that someone keeps wanting to talk, but someone doesn't want to talk. Okay, so you're turning your backs away, you and this person here, and then here also. Still between your work and everything. Okay, show me Pisces from the 1st until the 15th. Thank you. So, deep amount of love. King and the Queen of Cups. That's your counterpart. Also, your family apart. Okay. Counterparts come up as family aparts. That family are apart. Okay. Which is the Queen of Cups pointing that way. King of Cups pointing this way. Okay. Between the High Priestess. Family courts also very, very present. For children. Fighting over the assets and the children. And communicating with the kids, but not telling them the full amount of stuff that's going on in a ex relationship, or to do with the court situation, that you maybe want to talk to your children, and that you might be, but you're trying not, you know, to tell them everything that's going on with this person here, okay? Now, this is someone that wants to talk to you about how much that they love you. So they're more than likely telling you and very much supporting you if you're in a relationship with someone, and that you more than likely would be, because you've got King and the Queen of Cups. But there are still avoiding things within the family, okay? This would be a partner if you've got children, obviously, right? But generally, if you're not, and this is just relating to your love life, this person is where you're thinking and talking of each other about how you can work more efficiently together in a physical relationship, and how you can make space and time for that so you don't get more exhausted, which meaning that this person is willing to compromise with you, to talk with you, to say, okay, and you'll probably see your partner starting to change, okay? This is changing their mind quite a lot as well, meaning that you're someone's like changing their mind, like, I don't know, they're changing my mind a little, okay? But let's see, continue on this reading, please, for us to the 15th for Pisces. So there you go. So children are very, very, very present here. You either work for kids or have kids, or this is the child court. Okay, if you are obviously the children of parents and you're not getting on very well with the parents, these can relate to you as well as this being your parents. Okay, now they're willing and wanting to talk, and that you more likely are, but you're not giving them the full amount of information that they're asking for about a relationship. Now, if you're a parent and you're asking your children about their relationship, they're more than likely not telling you everything that they're doing in their relationship, okay? Because there is an energy that wants to know quite a lot that is also not wanting to tell people. So this is definite talking with the person, okay? This is an arrival also of a child, that if someone was expecting children and they realised that they've been moody and broody, okay, but they're being broody, but they've got overheads and things that they want to start to move around the house in order for the relationship or the arrival of your kids. Meaning that, okay, now they're saying for some of you that if you were apart from your kids and they're coming to visit, this is visitational rights is also what I'm feeling, visitational rights, that you are more than likely expecting them to come and stay at the house, and that you're moving things around for them to do it in their bedroom, okay? In the bedroom. Here, okay, more than likely, and that you're expecting them to, or they have just arrived, and you're starting to talk to them again, okay? Let's see, for Pisces, continue on this reading, please, for Pisces. Thank you. Okay, so there's a feeling, 2 8s, this is the definite Leo with Aquarius in their chart, Leo, Aquarius, more than likely Aquarius moon, or it would be a water sign with Leo moon or something like that. Okay, but you've got 2 8s, so it's definitely Leo, Aquarius, maybe Virgo also. Okay, Gemini would also be involved in that somewhere, which could be here, and you could have a mother or father that is a Gemini, and you are the child. Okay, but when I say child, I just mean that you know what I mean, right, Pisces? But there's an energy of here of, okay, we want to talk. I love you. Okay, where are we going? Where can we go? Not I want to leave you. If someone's saying that they want to leave you, then this is someone that's saying that I want to leave. Okay, but this is heading out to something. Okay, so meaning that we're going to have to go out somewhere. Then shall we go out on a date? Okay, shall we travel together? Shall we make more time? This is still busy, okay? This is still having to run to pick someone up. So you might be traveling a lot to pick up or do a lot for this Leo energy, okay? But the same star signs. That I'm having to run around a lot. I'm having to leave home and then go and pick this person up. So some of you, it's physical travel that you're going to meet this person. If they're with you, it just means that you're picking them up now and again through a car journey or walking. Some of you, you might be going outside walking quite a lot, like talking, and then also going on like walks or dates, okay, or planning future things of how you can make the relationship more better. Okay, so let's see, for Pisces, continue on this reading, please, for Pisces. The 1st into the 15th of February, continue on the timeline. There you go. What did I say? This is stuck between a rock and a hard place of running. Okay, running. Avoiding things about oneself too. This Leo energy maybe is avoiding conflict. Well, you're probably trying to avoid conflict, but it also means that I'm having to like run around. This can also be a game that's played, and it can also be busy, running around, okay, left, right, and centre, and you're pulled in so many different directions that your plan is to get out of something, right? Now, I did hear get out of jail free, get out of something, but these energies are going to come across more to you, 2 sevens here, as if you don't trust someone, you don't trust someone. Okay, so that's you not trusting someone. So don't speak to them if you don't trust them. So if you don't trust them and you have to speak to them, then that is more to do with this family court situation. That's breaking it down for you. Okay, now if there's someone that you don't trust and you don't have to have them in your life, then stop speaking to them. It's quite simple, you know. But there is a lot of running around for this person, because it means like I'm heading out and let's go out, so let's get ourselves out of this situation. Okay, but what we're doing is clashing heads. We're bumping into one another left, right and centre. So for some of this means that this person is more than likely living with you, and what you're doing is clashing heads. Okay, and you're clashing heads by the amount of work that it's taking to having to run around doing all of your work and to go and pick up this person, pick them up. It feels like I need a pick-me-up, so I need to come to you to ask you, well, what kind of mood are you in then? Because I will evaluate my mood off your mood. You're triggering and mirroring each other. This is triggering where you're bumping heads because you are doing a lot of work, and then someone values you, okay, but also values your opinion of your energy, meaning I have to engage my energy on your energy, meaning that, well, I will avoid my own to engage on yours. Okay. Some of you, this is the children and the parents that are not talking to one another that you're avoiding. 7 is still avoiding. Okay. So because this 2 here, you're looking back at 2, and that's there, which is the High Priestess, okay, that I'm not on speaking terms with somebody as much as what they want me to be, okay. There is also not avoiding, but if you work for this High Priestess, this is you, run ragged, okay. Still parts of the Chariot is still 7, and it's still an extremely fast energy, okay. So I need a plan of how we can pull this together so we don't keep butting heads. Okay, that still relates to children and how we all going to communicate more efficiently. How can I work more efficiently and slow down a bit? Some of you just want to slow down a little bit, okay, to do with your work. Okay, so there you go. So you get the truth. So a lot of this is seeking justice, okay, from this Libra energy. That's still parts of justice card, okay. So I want to know about justice, and I'm seeking justice, and it's not quite been told. I don't know that if it is going to be told to me or if it's not going to be told to me either. A lot of this is like that I just want to get out of here, that I want to just be free. But for that to happen first, there's a lot of planning that has to be done first, and there's also a lot of paperwork that has to be filled in. Some of you have to fill in a lot of paperwork for work and things like that, but a lot of this is physically getting yourself out to be able to leave, okay? And where you're headed towards is the 7 of Swords. There's still a plan to get out of it, and there's still work to do with this Ace of Swords, because this is all to do with like legal documentation and all that kind of thing, okay? But it feels like someone constantly wants to know the truth about how you feel about them. But what they're trying to do is engage on their own feelings through your feelings. And that's where they're getting triggered off. Is that this love here can be a deep amount of love, but a suffocating kind of amount of love. Okay, that is that you're teaching them to say, you're going to have to find your own feet of your vibration. It's like you don't have to base your feelings off my feelings. Because you're mirroring, you see, you're mirroring is the feeling I'm getting. Because this energy here, this energy of Leo, okay, can be a very loyal energy, okay, but it can also feel very timid at times, okay. This is very loyal and protective, okay. This is also lost, okay, lost within themselves because there's two eights, okay, and that I'm lost within myself. And then because you come up against what I said around the air sign quality of like that can be Aquarius or something like that, it's just a cycle of like, well, we're butting heads because I feel lost and I feel that you love me and I'm there, but sometimes I feel lost in the connection. When I want to speak to you, you're so busy that I don't have the time to fully give you that love in feeling, that love and feeling, right? So I can feel like lost without you. And I think you had that in one of your readings, lost without you. Or it was your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but there was a reading that was called Lost Without You. But this can be coming through for those mothers or fathers that feel lost without their children. Well, I guarantee you, who's the people that are lost in that? Children, right? You're lost without your child, so's the other person, and who's in the middle? The children are in the middle, feeling lost between, well, even more lost, right? So, you know, that I think that is there too, Pisces, okay? So I nearly took the other one. That was the 5 of coins. Now you've got the 5 of... See, this person here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is 4, okay? They get very confused and triggered by when you pull your energy back. So through this 4, 13, 4, from that 4, when you're concentrated on 3, meaning studying and learning, that your emotions might not fully be there. I mean, I know what I'm like in a relationship, right? But it feels like someone struggles to get that full amount of I love you all the time and I want to be with you all the time, okay? And it's difficult to open someone up. It feels like someone's like very open for this relationship, but they also feel very lost when they can't engage on your full amount of energy. Now, through soul growth and evolution, through that, you've probably been through the mustard, right? And because you've been through the custard and the mustard of karma, you elevate your soul towards your rising sign, okay? But your soul of also being Pisces, your expectancy and your growth of your soul. Now, your growth of your soul is saying that through a 4 of Cups reflection, that so much could have happened in your life, you've become more of a masculine figure, okay? Where you have a feminine and masculine. Situations on your hand that seems to have turned around. Okay, it's turned around. So, somebody from the past turned around from their past relationship. Okay, here, they turned around. But it triggers you through the 5 because you can get triggered off by not learning a certain amount of relationship stuff if it's a younger person, that they turn around but they get triggered off by the future. Okay, so from someone's past relationship, they're getting triggered off from their past relationships and their past life regression and their past life karma. There's a lot of past energy here that is reflecting on the same relationship that you're in now. Okay, that this is the 5 of Cups that has physically turned round. And this is what happens in your next lot of relationships. So you can base this off a reading that you can watch next year, right? That you turn around to the 2 of Cups, but you can still feel lonely and separated because one energy can grow. You can meet someone else that turns around from their relationship and then you form a chain of growth, okay? That teaches one energy about love, feelings. That is really to do with a relationship, which is not always love and feelings. It's to do with that you can't change life. You have to go with the flow of life because that's going to leave you behind, and you can't get left behind in life because that's where you'll mess up your karma. Your karma will enforce you to follow your life. Okay, so when you're in charge of your life, this person, you're teaching them to engage on their own reflection of their relationship feeling factor. Okay, now for some of you, this is feeling completely lost without your children here. If it isn't, this can be the parent that is trying to get into a relationship with their children that feels that they are like slightly pushed out. But that's still coming through of a reflection of what's happening in your relationship. These are lessons that are determined to get your attention. But you might have learnt so much about attachment, you know, that when one attaches to your energy so deeply, it can start to make you physically feel drained here, knackered, right? So you can pull back your energy that reflects it to one person learning their own, okay? Meaning that you can be there for them, but you can't be there for them as an attachment because you know that that's bad, okay? So you get the Seven of Swords, health here, avoiding. Now, avoiding doesn't mean that you're avoiding your karma, it just means that you're experiencing it. You can never avoid your karma, you will always do it, right? So there's an energy of that I've learned, that I am now avoiding an attachment here. So the seven can be everybody that's in your life, where people are avoiding one another, right? Now, however that's playing out in your lives, of what it will start to become will be future readings. But at the moment, it feels like that you are butting heads to do with this Ace of Swords and to do with this here, because this person here is looking at their contracts of work and they're looking at like telling someone the truth about something, but it feels like someone wants to, like, keeps wanting to know and get triggered off about where they're feeling lost and where they're going wrong. I think this person feels like they're going wrong all the time. It's like, well, whatever I do, I'm always wrong. You know, that's what I'm picking up. Like, I always feel like I'm doing wrong. But that's coming through as the family as well. You've got a lot going on, Pisces, that I always feel like I'm doing wrong, even though you're all doing right, you're just learning. So there's never really right from wrong, because you'll never be able to experience right from wrong. We'll always do wrong and we'll always do right. Okay, but it feels that there is someone that always feels like they're doing wrong. This can also be someone that feels like they're told off quite a lot. Okay, that they're told and directed quite a lot. But for some of you, it's not told. It's just like they feel like they're always doing wrong. That someone feels like they're always in the way, but you love each other because you've got counterparts. So the counterpart feeling is coming through also through you guys, through the family. This is a reflection of family and your relationship as counterparts, and also court situations. So what you've learned by parenting, you're also carrying some of that karma still that is shut you down slightly emotionally, that you're also carrying from that into a relationship of this 5 that is more than likely happened in this partner that feels separated in their relationships, which is still your family, that has happened in their relationship with your mum's husband or whatever, okay? But also your partner's relationship with their parents and in their past relationships, is that they've always felt separated and alone, okay? And because they've always felt alone, what they do is they engage off, or this could even be you, Pisces, that someone engages energy based off someone else's energy, you know, which is what you get through soulmates. Someone bases, I keep saying that, someone bases their energy off someone else's energy, and it depends on how they're going to feel of what's reflecting through how you're going to feel, because you're connected. Okay. Ooh, okay, that was a little heavy reading for very early in the morning at 10 o'clock. But we're going to continue on with your reading. These are really only just these cards here, okay? But then we're going to continue on and then start to clarify them to have a deeper look at what a lot of these mean, okay? And it gives me a deeper meaning of what's going to happen, because we continue up until the 15th, okay? You can find the extended readings in the extended link in the Show More section. If you wish to join Patreon, you have access to your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. I will check all of those. The benefits of that is why I give deep readings of life, is that you can connect the dots by watching all of your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, okay? And then it should all connect the dots for you and work out, okay? So that's why I do that. So, obviously, if you want to join, you can join Patreon, and then it takes you across to all the extended readings that I do. You can just watch them for endless amounts of time. Okay, if you want a personal reading, you can reach out also in the email provided, and if you can't reach out via the email, you can also join all of the links below, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. There's a business page. You can still reach out from there. There are certain things that I'm going to do or post over on those that might give away some kind of readings that might be cheaper at some point. I'm trying to put over how much readings are and base it, and then put it over on Becoming the Change and then pin it. Okay, so, but things might change, but you can join all of those. But things do change for me quite frequently. So, okay, anyway, I will hopefully see you over on Patreon, guys.